Hello there, thank you for joining me. Today we're going to do just a video for movement, okay? So this is primarily focused for the new mum, a couple of weeks after giving birth, and it's just starting to get back onto the mat, just stretch out, do some nice little moves, or even if you're later on and you just feel like getting back into something but you don't want to do anything too strenuous or intense, let's just stretch out the body, start engaging with the core again, and start to move our bodies. So we're going to start down onto the mat on hands and knees. Take it easy, take it at your own pace, and don't feel like you have to repeat too many reps. So hands and knees. Keep your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips, and just come into some nice cat-cow poses. So as we inhale, you're going to lift your chin, let your belly sink. And then as you exhale, curl and tuck in the spine, round it, chin to chest. And another 3 nice big inhales and curl. And feel any tightness through your spine, stretch it out. And last one. So working a lot into the upper back, the lower back, try and release any tension that you've got there. And then this one's into your thread the needle. So we're going to take your hand and slot it through that gap, coming down onto your shoulder. And release the head, let everything go heavy. Gently come round and repeat on the other side. And release. Same again, one more each side. Coming right down onto that upper shoulder so that you get that nice rotation into the spine. Feeling any tight, stiff areas, especially if you're just starting to hold and feed and constantly rock the baby. So we're trying to release the back. And then next, try and put your heels down onto your hips. Hips down onto your heels. Stretch the hands forward, drop the head. Again, take a nice few breaths here. Try and spread the fingers and the toes out. Relax through the neck. Gently walk your hands over to one side so you're getting a nice pull down through the side. Arm into your spine, into your hips. Walk your hands back to the middle and over, repeating on the other side. And gently back to the middle. Come back onto all fours and stretch one foot out in front of you. So we're into our lunge here, where we're going to lunge forward so that we're lengthening the back leg. And then gently come back and lift the toes up on that front leg, and you'll feel that pulling down hamstrings. Same again, forward into a lunge, lift your chin and chest, and backwards into a hammy pull. Be gentle with that one, nice and tight down there. One more. Now stay into a front lunge, but don't go too far this time. Let's try and keep your hip above that bottom, that back knee. Let's rise up to the ceiling. You're trying to steady your balance here, so you are working your core without really having to think about it too much. Drop those shoulders. And then if we can rotate round, putting the opposite arm on that front leg and rotate round up to the ceiling. Again, you're working on balance. Your glutes and your hips are firing up. And again, getting a nice spinal stretch there. Ease out of it nice and gently. Knees together and repeat on the other side. So front foot forward, lunging into it nice and long. Nice pull down the front hip flexor and release back into your hamstrings. And again, lift your chin up, open the collarbones and release back. Especially nice if you're getting any lower back pain. We need to release the hip flexors, and if you're getting any sciatica down the back, then coming into this stretch where you're pulling a little bit through the sciatic nerve, but trying to release it a bit more. Let's do one more. And out again. Set yourself in the middle again, and then once you've got balance, rise up to the ceiling. Soften the shoulders, and then opposite arm onto the front leg, and rotate round, reaching high. And gently release out. Back into our kneeling position, using a pillow through the knees if you need. So knees a little bit wider than your feet together at the back. And as you're coming up, and back down again. So kneeling upwards and kneeling backwards. Exhale as we rise, pulling the collarbones open, the shoulder blades together as we go. And see if you can coordinate your breath as well. So that as we exhale, you should feel like your tummy's doing a bit of work there to try and steady your pelvis. If that feels comfortable, then let's bring the arms overhead into a V, okay? But soften the elbows so you're a bit into a W there as well, okay? Inhale, exhale, rise. So we're getting that length through these fascial planes, if that means anything to you, through your diagonal muscles, all through the front and the back, squeezing through the glutes at the back. And then let's lift high and hold. Push your hips forward, keep the shoulders soft. Hands behind your head. Let's rotate one way and same the other way. So trying to keep the chest open at the same time as rotating. You might not get far, that's okay. Just gently ease into it and relax again. Okay, we're going to take the weight over onto one knee. So again, if you need a pillow there, then take it. Other leg nice and long outstretched to the side. So we're coming down towards the leg into our mermaid, and then down to the floor, where if you feel comfortable, you can lift this long leg, which is going to activate the muscles on that standing leg. Back over into our mermaid side stretch, lovely pull up the side, and then down to the floor into some more strength work. Just lifting that long leg as far as you feel comfortable. And down. One more here. Now come back to the middle and see if you can stretch forward, sitting your hips back down on that heel and curling all the way forward. And you'll feel a nice pull into this inner thigh, down into your spine, trying to curl all the way down to the floor. Gently easing out of that, bringing the knees together to repeat on the other side. So set yourself up first, make sure that you're not tipping over, keep the shoulders stacked above this hip. Inhale as we go down the long leg, and exhale as we come down to the floor, lifting the leg. And you'll feel the difference maybe from one side to the other there. Opening up the ribs through the side and lifting the other way. So nothing too strenuous, low impact, not too much pressure through the core, especially if you've had a section. Just some nice gentle movements, but we're stretching in all different planes and just getting the body moving again. Same here, coming back to the middle, stretching forward and sitting your hips back again, just as far as that hip's allowing. And coming all the way down to the floor. Gently peeling out of that before we come onto our backs. So take your time coming down, rolling down using legs if we need. And we'll roll up into our bridge. So first thing you're going to do is tilt your pelvis back, squash your back into the mat. And then squeeze your glutes, press your palms down And rise your hips up as far as they are comfortable. Nice big breath here. And then exhale as you roll back down, really trying to articulate the spine as each vertebra is hitting the mat. Inhale again, big arch through the back. Exhale, start to rotate. Push the back into the mat. Start to peel as if your spine is a string of marbles coming up. And then gently back down again. Let's just do one more here. Press the heels, the big toe, the palms into the mat. Roll back down. Feet together. Let's let one knee drop out to the side. Everything else is nice and stable. Bringing it in and to the other side. So again, working into your deeper core, a nice stretch. Again, only as far as you're comfortable, especially if you've got a scar. So from the belly button up, nothing is moving at all. As you bring the knee back in, inhale. Exhale, connect with those deeper abdominals as you let the leg fall out to the side, controlled. Back in and out again. A nice one just to focus on pelvic floor a little bit. So as we come together, we inhale. And then as we exhale, we start to close and lift and zip up. So trying to zip up as the knees are widening. And as we come back in, you can start to relax the pelvic floor back to its normal resting tone. One last one on this side. So it should be at resting tone. And then as you start to drop the knee out, start to squeeze and lift. Not too much happening around the buttock. And then as we come back in, you're relaxing back. Let's glue the knees together this time and drop them both out for a nice twist in the spine. Engaging as you bring them both back in so that you're using your tummy muscles to do that. Same to the other side, but getting that nice pull up the opposite side. Good. Same into hamstrings. So let's grab a knee behind the knee, toes up to the ceiling, bring the toes up towards you even more. Circle the ankle and the opposite direction. And give the knee a hug, bringing it across to the opposite shoulder, trying to target those deeper glutes there as well. Same on the other side. Let's stretch the hamstrings, toes towards you. Big circles with the ankles. So especially if you're sitting around and feeding more and glued to a chair, we want to keep the circulation going in the lower legs. Give the knee a hug, draw it across the body, and relax. Let's roll over onto our side to help ourselves sit up, using your upper body as much as you can. And we're into our cross-legged or Buddha pose here, just as much as hips allow, or any pain around your pubic bone or deeper tummy muscles. So if you want to go into cross-legged, then you can. So sit here, dropping the knees as much as you can, spine nice and tall, and let's roll those shoulders back. Okay, let's dip down again, curling and tilting the pelvis back, curling the upper back, chin down, and then sit up nice and tall again. Grab those toes, pull the chest open. One more. Exhale as you curl down. Just sink the body round the back as much as you can. And nice and tall. Ear down to one side. Keep the spine nice and tall. And same to the other. Good. So repeat any of those moves that you find that you're a little bit stiff in, any pain or discomfort. Just take it easy. But just a nice little 10-15 minutes of movement to get you started. Well done. See you soon.